Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, we're talking about the Invincible Iron Man issue number 6, as it has War Machine on the cover. This book is written by Brian Michael Bendis, and the artwork on this title this time around is done by Mike Deodato. Now, Mike Deodato's artwork is a little darker. Now, if you're not familiar with his artwork, he recently did Vader Down, and he's also done Original Sin and some other titles as well. And his artwork is awesome. It's fantastic. However, for me, it doesn't fit this Iron Man series, as we're used to seeing a much lighter tone in this book. But being that the book does surround War Machine, and he is a little bit of a darker looking character, in those elements it fits. But when it comes to Tony Stark and his new girlfriend in this book, and her name is called Amara, it just doesn't quite work. The facial expressions just look like they're photographed. And I don't like that at all. And you kind of can't see which characters are who and whatnot. So for me, the artwork doesn't really fit this title. It's just too dark. And this is a very light title. So I was a little bit disappointed with it. Now, the reason why Dave Marquez is not on the artwork is because he's doing the Civil War book right now. So his duties are over there. All right, so what did I think about this actual story? What was it about? Well, in this issue, we wind up getting to see Rhodey, which is War Machine, actually go out on a mission and try to do some investigations on these mysterious ninjas that were in the last story arc. So that's where Rhodey was going. And you get to see some cool dialogue moments between the two characters, which was nice, and how, Rhodey doesn't take his shit and things like that. And the one good thing about this is Brian Michael Bendis has great character interactions. And you wind up seeing now Tony go out on a breakfast date to a Waffle House where it says some crappy hole-in-the-wall diner that Tony has randomly decided it has the best waffles in the world and thinks it's cute to be this rich and eat there. So he goes there with Amara, and he starts going on a breakfast date. But nevertheless, look who shows up. It is Mr. Dr. Doom himself. And he's invading in on their date. And Tony Stark throughout the entire issue is like, no, please go. You're ruining my date. She doesn't care about you, Doom. I don't trust you. You're evil. You're an asshole. And it just goes on through. But Amaro found him interesting and wanting to know certain things about him, about dimension things and possessions and demonic stuff. And, she found him very intriguing. And Tony was jealous. And she is like, by the time we get to the end of the issue, she's just kind of like, wow, I had breakfast with Dr. Doom. And Tony's just like, in Iron Man. And so he was the whole date was flattened by the whole situation. By the time you wind up getting to the end of this issue, you wind up seeing Rhodey come across one of the people that were, I guess, in charge of these ninjas. And then you find out he winds up getting attacked by two female ninjas, and that was kind of it. So what did I think about this issue? It fell flat for me. I was expecting a really cool story arc. I didn't think they were going to rehash the ninja thing. And I also didn't think that the artwork was going to be done by Mike Deodato. And it really takes away from this series. Dave Marquez art is second to none. So if anything, you want to get someone that's close to his artwork, not somebody that's completely different. And that takes away from the title. And this story arc is truly a filler story. You can obviously see that here until the next major story arc. And part of the problem is, and we talked about this in Comic Frontline, is that this title is bi-monthly. So it's forced for these writers to come up with a story, a quick story until the next major story arc starts. And I think it takes away from the quality of the book, and it doesn't make it as appealing to readers. And this is where this issue suffers from, because there was nothing really intriguing here. There's not really anything why you would have to buy this issue in order to continue the series. I really don't think so. You could have just read the story arc and wait for the last story arc and just wait for the new story arc to start up again when Dave Marquez maybe comes back or whatnot, and then pick it up from there. This has nothing to do with really what's going on. You just learn about really Doctor Doom in a way. So after this one, I'm giving this one 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't a very good read for me this time, and probably one of the worst issues I've read from this series to date. So, guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of Invincible Iron Man issue number 6. Were you just as disappointed as I was? Did you see a different type of story for War Machine coming in here? And fans, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. Until the next comic book review, check out Comic Book Corner Old School, where you can see all kinds of old school comic book reviews. And also check out Comic Frontline, my group channel. And again, guys, thanks for watching. And this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, guys. Bye.